as a, a feedback video for themselves. Okay? Okay, so let's start. So mainly I want to give you an overview that why are we bringing this particular batch for you. Okay, it's a simple batch. It's generally a revision batch. So this is meant for only those students who wants to give a final good try to clear this particular exam that we are focusing under secretary. Okay, last attempt, good attempt, and in a single chance we are going to clear this exam if we do this particular revision batch. So what will happen in this revision batch? I'll give a brief. So mainly, firstly, I thought that I'll bring revision batch only for subjects of aptitude. Okay, good evening those. Only aptitude subjects like maths and reasoning. But later on, I thought most of the students were even texting me regarding GS subjects. Please, can you bring GS subject as well? Then I gave a thought like, see, covering entire maths and reasoning, okay, in 20 to 25 days, it's possible. I won't say it's not possible. Okay, it is possible. Along with practice sheets I'll be providing after each class, so you'll practice the topic questions every day, and it's possible to do it. But to cover GK, GS and other subjects in these 25 days, it's a bit difficult. Okay, I won't say not possible, but it's very difficult. So what can we do for GK, GS portion is that we will do PYQ questions. Okay, suppose there's a question of Indian Constitution. Suppose there's a question of Indian Constitution. Okay, and will give options. So once you take the options, then we'll also explain the other option and also give you a brief history about this particular section that we are talking out here. And in that way, what will happen is strategically we'll be covering all the GKGS portion also in a less number of time, because obviously we cannot go in full detail now. We cannot read each and everything line by line. So what we can do is we can solve previous year questions, and based on those questions we can study, we can revise the particular history of that particular topic. And in that way, it will be very, it will be a very smart strategy to crack GKGS, as it is a very vast portion. And so we will do that. So now I got the team, I got the entire team who will be focusing on this thing. Okay, and they are very expert. Okay, most of them are civil servant themselves. They resign and now they are like on the journey where I am, where we are guiding students to clear the dreams that they want. Okay, we have already covered those dreams, but now you are on the verge to covering those dreams, so we will be helping you to do that. So these faculties whom I am talking about are very much experienced. You can go and check their bio also. I'll be sending you the link. Okay, it's a very reputed organization, and from there these faculties are very much, they are fond to help the students if you really want it. Okay. So mainly today's class I'll be showing you all this thing. Obviously I won't cover GKGS because that's not my forte. I'm a maths reasoning faculty. But GKGS demo class will also happen tomorrow. Okay, you can attempt that class and you can see for yourself the level of teaching they'll be having. Okay, and those students who are my old students, let me give you a brief that I'm not talking about the earlier faculties who taught you. These are totally new faculties and well-known faculties. Okay, so you'll know that when you'll do tomorrow's demo also. Okay, so today we are going to do ratio and proportion. Okay. And most of the students who have already covered this topic with me, it will be a revision for you, and I want to see you answering the answers because you have already learned this. But some students who did not join the offline batches before in Gangtok, it will be like a new topic for them, and you will get to learn each and everything from this topic. And also we'll be solving few questions from your previous year SPSC undersecretary paper. Okay? Okay. So I've told you the agenda of the session. What will be the agenda? Okay? So what we are going to do in today's class is exact same way we'll be covering all the topics in once your paid batches starters. Okay? Okay. So session objective is that we'll understand this particular topic, ratio proportion. Now why I took ratio proportion and why I did not take number system or percentage. Why? Because see, it is a revision batch, so we have to study strategically. We cannot study in the longer way how we did in our paid batches. So if we study strategically, we need to cover those topics who has more weightage and more applications in other topics. If I tell you this ratio proportion topic is applied on most of the topic of mathematics, what are those? Once you learn ratio and proportion, my friend, you will be able to solve questions from percentage. Okay, you will be able to solve questions from a simple topic known as partnership. Okay, partnership. You will be able to solve questions from a very tricky topic, that is your data interpretation, and also you'll be able to solve questions from a topic which is known as your age problem. Acha, really sir? Yes, because this is a foundation topic. And this particular topic is used on most of the topic in mathematics. and I'm not joking, I'll show you the questions also. Okay, I'll show you the questions also at the end as a proof, and also I'll give you few daily practice paper. Let me show you the daily practice paper. Okay, so see, this is how your classes will be. So this is the entire slides of your classes, and at the end of the day I'll be giving you daily practice sheet. So daily practice sheet covers what? So daily practice sheet covers most important questions that will come in your exam, like this. See, like this. And from where are these practice sheets taken? These sheets are given to you from very reputed institutes like your Adda 24/7. If you know what is Adda 247, so I am an ex-faculty of Adda 247. I'm still engaged with an institute, but I take paid batches there. I don't take online classes nowadays. So they have opened an offline center, so I go and teach there. So I'll be providing you all the handout of this particular organization, and it's a very good handout. Trust me, okay? The questions, the level of the questions are very, very good. So that's how I have designed this particular batch that I'm bringing to you. Okay, this revision batch is mainly designed in such a way that it will be very much beneficial for you. Okay, I can see some more students joining. Okay, right? Okay, so let's understand this topic, ratio and proportion, and understand the best way to solve questions using tricks. Because sir, now we don't have that much time to study each and everything in a conventional method. Okay, we cannot solve everything in conventional method, so we need tricks. What are those tricks? I'll be giving you tricks. You don't have to worry about anything. Okay, and what type of question? I'll be giving you questions also. What type of question you have to solve. And next, obviously, as I told, PYQs from your SPSC and related exams. So obviously, there's only one PYQ paper which is of good level in SPSC website. I've seen undersecretary. I've also solved. If you want, you can go and check in YouTube. So based on that and based on the similarity of other exam, I have taken these questions which I've put here in this today's class. Okay, so master exam focused approach. Let's understand what is the exam focused approach, and let's revise and clear the exam together. Okay, because what I want from this batch is, I'm not here to make profit and all, because the fees is also very less. You'll be shocked to know that fees will be given to you tomorrow in the demo class. Okay, and what we need is only the selection, that's it. Okay, and later on from word to mouth everything can happen. Okay, let's understand importance of ratio and proportion. So I told you already that this topic is very, very important because this acts as a foundation. This acts as a foundation of many mathematical topics. Okay, many mathematical topics where this particular concept is used. Okay, so and also this is a topic which is most repeated topic in any competitive exam. I'm not talking only about your SPSC, but if you go and give SSC, if you go and give a banking exam also, this is a very common topic which is, you know, dedicatedly repeated each and every year in your exam. Okay? And it is a very scoring topic because it's not that difficult. Okay, it's not that difficult. Aisa nahi hai ki sir you'll have to memorize so many formulas. No, it's all concept. So that's why it's scoring topic. And also it is a foundation. As I said, it is a foundation topic for what? For data interpretation and arithmetic. Okay, now let's dive into the topic. Enough of introduction, sir. Let's dive into the topic. Now let's understand what is ratio and what is a proportion. Okay, so to understand this, let me go to class 7. In class 7, you must have learned what is a fraction. You must have learned what is a fraction. Kya hota hai fraction? So generally, fraction are your mathematical terms. Okay, mathematical terms which are written in the form of a by b. Sir, a fraction is written in the form of a by b. Okay, a fraction is written in what form, sir? In the form of a by b. Now, if I say a fraction can be anything. Anything as such, what, sir? What? Anything like? Suppose I am writing a fraction as, suppose 25 divided by 45. Okay, so as I am writing 25 divided by 45, this thing is known as a fraction. Okay, this thing is known as a fraction. But if I were to define a ratio, okay, a ratio, then how would I write a ratio? Okay. So before coming to that, I hope you know what are these. So generally the alphabet which is at the top or the number which is at the top is known as a numerator. Okay, are known as a numerator. Okay, and the alphabet which is at the bottom, my friend, is known as a denominator. Okay, I am going from 0 level, but you will be ending up in a hero level. Trust me. Okay, stay till the end. Okay. Sir, the top alphabet or the top number is known as the numerator, and the bottom number or the lower number is known as the denominator. Okay, okay, sir. Next part. Next part is what, sir? Now, if I cancel this fraction, I hope you know that we can cancel the fraction if it is not in the reduced form, है ना? इसको cancel कर सकते हैं sir. क्या से sir? You take a number which can cancel both the numbers. So I would say 5 sir. 5 can cancel 25. Yes sir. So 5s are 25 and 5 9s are 45. है ना? Now I am getting this 5 by 9. This 5 by 9 is known as your reduced fraction. Okay, it is known as a reduced fraction. This is known as a reduced fraction. Reduced fraction. That means we have reduced and then we are writing it. So this reduced fraction is itself known as the ratio. So the difference between a fraction and a ratio is that the ratio is always written in its reduced form, in its minimized form. Okay, but fraction is not always written in the minimized form. It can be written in any form. Like 25 by 45, I have written like this. But in ratio, I will not write 25 by 45. I will write what, sir? 5 by 9. So that is one more reason why in school days when you studied ratio, you remember the ratio, in ratio you used to put 2x like this, x and x. Now why do we put this x? Because generally our motive in this particular chapter ratio is to find the value of x. Now if I tell you what will be the value of x, so that I will get the original number. So I would show you. Sir, original number was what, sir? Original number was my 25 by 45, hai na? And after I cancel this number, I am getting 5 by 9. So to get back to the original number, what do we do? Sir, to get back to 25, I need to put x is equal to what? X is equal to, I need to put, sir, 5. Hai na? So that 5 into 5 will become 25. Similarly, if I want to go from 9x to 45, what should I put x? So I should put x as 5. Once you put x as 5, 9 5s will become 45. We are not able to listen. Okay, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. I can see someone's mic is on. Okay, sorry. Must have been unmuted in a mistake, I suppose. Now it's okay? I hope no more disturbance. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, sir. Chalo, thank you. Okay, let's come back to this now. Okay, let's come back to this. Aiye. Chalo. So, sir, what am I explaining is, sir, a fraction is this and a ratio is this. And as a ratio is not the actual value was my 25 and 45. So, what I write? I write ratio as 5x and 9x. This is why we use this particular term x. And the motive is to find this x. And once we get this x, we can find the original value. Like if I put x is equal to 5, you'll see that this 5, sir, 5x means what? Sir, 5 into, in x I'm putting 5, so 5 into 5 you're getting 25. Oh, so we are getting the original number now, sir. Original. Hai na? Similarly, out here also 9x means what, sir? 9 into 5, which is 45. So here also we are getting the original number. So this entire chapter's motive is to find this particular x. And once you get x, you can find the actual value. Okay? Okay, sir. So ratio is what, sir? Ratio is nothing but the reduced form. And as it is a reduced form and as it has a different name, it is not called as a fraction. Otherwise, I would have said reduced fraction. Hai na? It has a different name. So here the concept of ratio is also a bit different. So in ratio, generally what do we have, sir? We have P and Q. Okay, we have P and Q. And generally this particular thing that I've written here, 5 by 9, can be written like 5 is to 9. This particular 2 dot, the column that I'm using is known as is to. It's called is to. Okay, 5 is to 9, we would say like this, 5 is to 9. Okay, so this thing that we have written has a different name. What is the name? Sir, like in fraction, the top portion is known as your numerator, hai na? And the bottom portion is known as your denominator. Similarly, in ratio, the top number that is, we do not call it a numerator. What do we call? We call it an antecedent. Okay, we call it antecedent. Okay, and the number which is at the bottom is known as what, sir? The number which is at the bottom is known as your consequent. This is known as a consequent. Okay, but obviously in a, in a simple language like friendship language, we will not use antecedent, consequent every time. Okay, it's so lengthy. We will just say numerator and denominator, but actually we do not say numerator, denominator. In ratio, we call them antecedent and consequent. Okay, so I'm going from a very minimal level. Okay. So this is what is a ratio. This is what is a ratio. Then what is a proportion? Proportion is nothing. Proportion is that these two are linked. So to show that relation, we use the symbol proportion. So proportion can be termed like this. Proportion. To show proportion, what are the signs that you can use? So to show proportion we use equal, या फिर we can use 4 dots like this. So this particular thing is known as a proportion. And generally proportions work is to show the relation between two ratios, है ना? Suppose I write like this. Suppose I am writing like this. What am I writing, sir? Like this. A is to B, okay, is proportional like this to C is to D. So this particular thing, this symbol is nothing but is like I'm saying equal. So this thing can be written like A by B is equal to C by D. Okay, so this is what is the use of a proportion. ठीक है? So ratio and proportion, right? ठीक है. So what did we understand now? So let me give a brief quickly. We understood, sir, the difference between a fraction and a ratio. Okay, and a ratio. So fraction is A by B. Okay, ratio is P by Q. What is A, sir? A in fraction is known as your numerator. Okay, B in fraction is known as your denominator. ठीक है. Out here P, the number which is at the top is known as your antecedent, and the number which is at the bottom is known as your consequent. ठीक है, we got it. Generally, how do we write? So generally in fraction we write in a simple term, like I'll write 25 by 45. Okay, 25 by 45 is a simple way of writing fraction. But in ratio, if I want to write 25 by 45, I cannot write 25 by 45. What I have to write is I have to write in always in the reduced form, that is your 5 by 9. And the same thing in ratio format can be written like this, 5 is to 9. ठीक है, 5 is to 9. Okay. Okay, sir. And also during calculation, okay, during calculations, in fraction, we write the same number to do the calculation. Same number is used to do the calculation because it's the actual value. Suppose I say add numerator and denominator. So what you'll do, you'll write 25 plus 45 like this. But out here in ratio, in calculation, we cannot do in the same way because this is the reduced fraction, this is not the actual value. So what we write is, we write 5x is to 9x, and if I want you to add them up, you'll do 5x plus 9x. Okay, not 5 plus 9. Okay, not 5 plus 9 because 5 plus 9 means you're getting the wrong number. ठीक है? Okay, ठीक है, sir. Now let's see the application of this particular topic. Let's see the application by an example. Okay, so generally ratio. Why do we use ratio? Generally ratio is used to show the relation between two things in a simple way, Okay, suppose I say that, sir, there is city A, and the population of city A is suppose 10,000. City A population is 10,000, and there is a city B. And the population of city B is suppose 5,000. है ना? So this particular data, if I want, I would have given in ratio form, and it would mean the same thing. है ना? It would mean the same thing. I would have given what, sir? I would say, sir, there is a city, and the ratio between those cities, okay, A is to B. What is given is what, sir? It is given to be 2 is to 1. 2 is to 1. And what does this mean is that, sir, the number of people which city B has, 2 has double of that people. Do you want to see how? See, if I see here city B is how much, sir? 5,000. You see city A is 10,000. So what are you saying, sir? What I should multiply on 5,000 to make it 10,000? You would say, sir, 2. And so this same thing I can use this thing to define. And generally, if you see some examination applications form, there they give the selection process in ratio. What is the ratio they would give? 1 is to 5. Okay, the selection ratio of the student, would be done on the basis of 1 is to 5. What does this mean? This means that out of the students, total students is 5, suppose. Okay, total students is 5. Only one will be selected from there. So generally, this particular thing I use in daily life to show the relations in a simpler form. Easy होता है ना दिखने में, है ना? अरे सर दिख ही रहा है, देखो सिटी है 50,000 है 10,000 है, तो I can say just 2 times है. So this same thing I can write like this in the data form. Okay, so this is why we use ratio. And also I told you in your application form also you would see that they give the example like this. selection rate would be what? 1:5. That means out of 5 students who is appearing the interview, only 1 will be selected. 5:1 इसका मतलब ये होता है ना? But in central exams nowadays it's like 13:1 है ना? Because so many applicants. Okay, in your state also so many applicants are there who are appearing for undersecretary exam. So what's the guarantee that you will be getting? And the post is limited. So the guarantee is that we will practice as much as we can. Okay, अच्छे से practice करेंगे सर एग्जाम के पहले तक, है ना? 7th पे एग्जाम है तो till at least 5 August तक we'll practice properly, we'll be fully confident. Okay, we'll be solving all the questions. चलो, now let's get into the questions. Okay, what type of questions can we see in ratio and proportion which are important for your exam? Okay, I'm not talking about other exams. Okay, generally in offline paid batches I taught most of the concept which comes in all exam. Okay, but this batch is particularly specifically meant only for undersecretary. Okay, okay. Now first thing is comparison of ratios. This is a very common topic which comes in your exam, comparison of ratios. Okay, so generally if I have two ratios like this, 7:8 and 9:10, and if I ask you which one is a greater ratio, then how you will do it? Okay, how you will do it? So in short, if I am saying 7:8 and 9:10, I can write these two ratios like this. Sir 7:8 को ना सर मैं 7/8 लिख सकता हूँ, ठीक है, and 9:10 को ना सर मैं 9/10 लिख सकता हूँ. Now you need to compare these two fractions. Okay, so now let's understand what are fraction. Okay, I'm going in a very zero level way. Okay, zero level पे जा रहा हूँ. So that's why your class will be minimum of 1.5 hours. Okay, not 1 hour, because we need to work hard. ठीक है, so let's come to fraction. And if you know, very good. If you don't know, then just see it. ठीक है. So now let's quickly understand fraction. Okay, fraction. So mainly if I see fraction, okay, I'm not saying types of fraction, I'm telling the majority forms of fraction, forms. Okay, so if you see the types, you have two types. Generally it is of like type or unlike type. These are the two type of fraction that we see. Okay, like and unlike. अब like क्या होता है, unlike क्या होता है? Generally like fractions are fractions like I write 2/5, 4/5, 3/5. Okay, so what do you notice? Sir, we are noticing that the denominator is always same, always same. All of these fraction have same thing in common. What? The denominator. So as the denominator is same, I would call them a like fraction. I would call them like fraction. But unlike fraction क्या है सर? जैसे ये 2/5 हो गया, 4/9 हो गया, 3/7 हो गया. So you see that the denominator are always different, है ना? So denominator different है, तो इसको बोलते हैं unlike. Okay, now there are rules. There are certain rules that you need to apply in terms of like and in terms of unlike. Suppose I ask you to compare 2/5, 4/5, 3/5, and I ask you arrange them in descending order. So what do you do is, it's very simple. Sir, as my denominators are same, I can directly arrange them just by seeing the numerator. Numerator मतलब ऊपर वाला, ठीक है, direct. तो सबसे बड़ा कौन सा? 4 बड़ा है तो 4/5 सबसे बड़ा होगा. Okay, after that sir, next is 3/5, so 3/5, and then next 2/5 to 2/5. Clear? है ना? So this is how we compare the fractions in terms of like. तो like पे direct comparison चलता है. But when it is unlike fraction, we cannot do it like this. Directly ऊपर देख के नहीं कर सकते, because यहाँ पे क्या है कि सर denominator सब अलग अलग है. So what you need to do is, first thing you need to do is, you need to make the denominators same. इस फॉर्म पे लेकर आओ, ऐसे फॉर्म पे लेकर आओ कि डिनोमिनेटर सब सेम हो जाए, एंड देन यू नीड टू कंपेयर इट. ओके, द सेम कॉन्सेप्ट वी नीड टू यूज इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, वेयर वी आर सेइंग दैट दे आर आस्किंग अस टू कंपेयर दीज टू numbers, that is 7/8 and 9/10. So let me do it in a conventional method which we done in school. Then I'll give you a short trick. ठीक है, 2 लाइन में आएगा, but you should know the conventional method also. So generally what do we do in school is, the teacher teaches us when we have two different fractions. So what you need to do is, you need to make the denominator same. And how to make the denominator same? By taking a LCM of these two numbers. तो जब मैं LCM लूँगा मेरे दोस्त 8 और 10 का, कितना आएगा सर? What do? You start dividing the numbers. 2 से करोगे सर, 2 4s are 8, 2 5s are 10. Then again 2 से, 2 2s are 4 and this 5, so leave it 5. Then 2 1s are 2, then 5, leave it. Okay, last 5, 1 and 1 हो गया. So I can see that sir, these numbers which I see here, you multiply them and this would be the LCM of the number. So what is the LCM? Sir, 8 5s are 40. 40. Now what you need to do is, you need to make this 40 and this 40. How to make 40? So generally sir, what should you multiply on 8 so that you get 40? You would say sir 8 5s are 40, so you'll put 5 out here. But it is mathematics, so there is a rule. If you're putting something in denominator, you have to put the same thing in the numerator also. तो ये 5 ऊपर भी जाएगा मेरे दोस्त. This 5 will go at the top also, okay? Because at the end of the day, you should get only 7:8. ये 5 खुद आया है ना? We have brought, so that's why it should get cancelled and you should get the same number. तो 5 नीचे मल्टीप्लाई किया तो ऊपर भी same thing out here. 10 को 40 बनाना है सर, कैसे? Into 4 है ना? तो सर into 4 here, into 4 here. अभी कहानी क्या है सर? See, सर 7 5s are 35 हो गया, नीचे में 8 5s are 40 हो गया. And out here sir 9 4s are 36 हो गया and 10 4s are 40 हो गया. Now you can easily tell me which is the fraction which is greater. I'm going to say 36 by 40 is greater than 35 by 40. See? And as 36 by 40 is greater, I can say that sir 9 by 10 would be greater than 7 by 8. Clear na? ये है conventional method which we learn in school days. But obviously we are in competitive exams, we cannot use the same method. So let's understand a simple trick to solve such question. तो trick क्या है दोस्त, है ना? What is the trick to solve? I've shown the basic method. Now let's see the trick. सर कंपेयर करना है 7:8 मतलब 7 by 8 को एंड 9 by 10 को. तो ट्रिक क्या है सर? वी विल नॉट डू एलसीएम कुछ भी नहीं करेंगे सर, गोली मारो. क्या करना है? क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन मेथड. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन मेथड मतलब सिंपली क्रॉस द नंबर्स. लाइक 10 यहाँ पे 10 into 7 करो सर. 10 into 7 कितना है सर? 10 into 7 is 70. डन. नेक्स्ट इसको इससे क्रॉस. 8 into 9. 8 into 9 is 72. Now you tell me yourself 72 और 70 में कौन बड़ा है? ये बड़ा है ना? ये तो आंसर आया था सर. 9 by 10 was greater than 7 by 8. See, in single line we could do. इसके लिए तो मैं पेन भी नहीं चलाऊंगा एग्जाम में. I would not even use a pen. देख देख के बोल दूंगा आंसर. Understood now? So these are few things which keeps you in a different level as compared to the other aspirants who are giving the same exam. Understood? ये छोटे छोटे चीज़ भी ना बहुत मैटर करता है ना? Now see, they would not give you such a simple question कि दो fraction को compare करो. Out here, even if you have good mathematical skill, you can solve by using the conventional method. They will give question like this. Okay, इसका आंसर बताइए बाकी सब. Okay, tell me the answer. Which one is the least fraction? बोला है least, and you have to compare all of these. ठीक है? What are you comparing, sir? Sir, 4 by 5 को compare कर रहा हूँ 6 by 5 से, 3 by 8 से, 1 by 2 से and 5 by 9. Let's make this class a bit interactive. Try to answer. चलो, let's see who can answer. Which one is the least fraction among them? चलो बताओ आंसर. I've opened the comment tab. चलिए, interactive class. And make sure that you have pen and copy. Okay, just sitting in the class and just seeing the class will not do. Okay, hard work पे दोनों साइड से hard work होना चाहिए selection के लिए, नहीं तो it's like pointless है ना. Okay, let me give you 1 minute. In 1 minute I should get answer. If not, then I'll solve. Don't worry. Hello. बाद में लेना, बाद में गरम करना. हाँ. क्या? Okay, no answers. हाँ, copy pen नहीं है मतलब. Yeah, it's taking time है ना. Sir, how to use the trick which you have taught in this particular question? कैसे लगाएंगे सर ट्रिक, है ना? तो देखो, it's very simple. Now the trick that I teach you will be feasible in each and every question. It's not that I have just given it like this, ठीक है? Now what our motive is? Our motive is to find the least number, okay? Least. सबसे छोटा नंबर वी हैव टू फाइंड. नाउ लेट्स कंपेयर. ओके, क्या करेंगे? विल कंपेयर टू फ्रैक्शंस. ओके, जैसे हम पहले कर रहे थे सेम वे विल कंपेयर टू फ्रैक्शंस एंड विल गेट द आंसर. लाइक लेट्स कंपेयर दीस टू. अब ये दोनों को देखते हुए बोलूंगा कि सर देखो दोनों लाइक फ्रैक्शन है, 5 5 है ना? बोथ आर 5, सो दैट मीन्स आई कैन डायरेक्टली कंपेयर देम. आई डोंट नीड टू यूज क्रॉस मल्टीप्लिकेशन ऑल्सो आउट हियर बिकॉज बोथ आर सेम बट अदर्स आर डिफरेंट, है ना? तो यहाँ पे बड़ा कौन है सर? ये बड़ा है. आई नीड टू फाइंड द लीस्ट. तो बड़े में से सबसे छोटा जो है उसी को रखो. कीप दिस, रिमूव दिस. आई डोंट हैव टू सी दिस बिकॉज ये तो बड़ा हो गया. इफ दे वर आस्किंग ग्रेटेस्ट, तब मैं क्या करूँगा? तब उल्टा करूँगा, छोटे को हटा के बड़े को रखूंगा. क्लियर? ओके, नाउ लेट्स कंपेयर दिस एंड दिस. ओके, विल कंपेयर दिस एंड दिस. ओके सर, क्रॉस करो सर. 8 4 जा 32 हो जाएगा, है ना? 5 3 जा 15 होगा. कौन बड़ा है सर? दिस इज ग्रेटर सर, दिस इज स्मॉलर. सो कीप दिस, रिमूव दिस, है ना? इसको हटाओ. नहीं चाहिए सर, ये हो गया. नहीं चाहिए. देखो इतना ईजी है ना? नेक्स्ट पार्ट, लेट्स कंपेयर दीज टू. ओके, 2 3s are 6 होगा सर, 8 1s are 8. विच वन इज ग्रेटर? दिस इज ग्रेटर, दिस इज स्मॉलर. इसको हटाओ, छोटा वाला चाहिए सर, बड़ा नहीं चाहिए. ओके, आई नीड द स्मॉलर वन. देखो सिंपल. लास्टली 9 3s are 27 and 8 5s are 40. Which one is greater? This is greater. तो ये भी नहीं चाहिए. आंसर आ गया, ये हो गया. This is your answer. Simple. So 3/8 is the least number out here in this particular list. सबसे छोटा नंबर यही है. ठीक है? The least number that you see is 3/8. Clear? So out here what did we get, sir? We got the least number. Least number is 3/8. Easy है ना? मजा आया? Now let's see, let's do the same thing for the greatest number. Okay, अभी हम लोग क्या करेंगे सर? Our motive is to find the greatest number. Let's find the greatest number using the same trick. Okay, same technique लगाएंगे सर. चलो greatest number निकालना है. So now what do we need to cut? We need to cancel the smaller numbers so that we get the greatest number. इसको कंपेयर करो सर. 5 5 है, बड़ा ये है तो ये हटाओ, because 4 is smaller than 6. Next 8 6 are 48, 5 3s are 15. बहुत बड़ा, इससे हटाओ, ये भी गया. ठीक है, डन. नेक्स्ट सर, दिस एंड दिस 2 6 are 12, 5 1s are 5. ग्रेटर, स्टिल ग्रेटर, हटाओ इसको, ये भी नहीं होगा सर. ओके, वी हैव फाउंड दैट सर, दिस इज स्टिल द ग्रेटेस्ट. नेक्स्ट 9 6 are कितना होता है? 9 6 are 54 and 5 5s are 25. अगेन सर, दिस इज स्टिल द ग्रेटेस्ट, तो ये भी हटाओ. सो लाइक दिस वी हैव गॉट द ग्रेटेस्ट नंबर ऑल्सो. देख रहे हो? ठीक है ना? ग्रेटेस्ट, which is what sir? Which is 6/5. Clear? And also let me tell you one thing. You should understand to notice the things. देखो notice करो सर, ये एक ऐसा fraction है सर. This is the only fraction. Okay, this is the only fraction where I can see what sir? Where I can see that my denominator is less than the numerator. देख रहे हो? अरे हाँ सर, है ना? ये तो notice नहीं किया था. See? The numerator is more than the denominator. और बाकी में देखो numerator छोटा छोटा है as compared to denominator. ऐसे केस में सबसे बड़ा नंबर यही होता है, सबसे बड़ा नंबर यही होता है. When your numerator is more than the denominator, then this would be the greatest number. ये चीज़ आपको नोटिस करना है. ठीक है? You should notice. And what is the name of this fraction? So let's understand the form of fractions. So what are the forms of fraction? Generally, if you talk about forms of fractions, in forms of fraction we generally have 3 forms. क्या क्या सर? एक तो होता है proper fraction. Sir, one is improper fraction and one is your mixed fraction. But mixed fraction is what sir? Mixed fraction is as same as your improper. Improper का ही एक form होता है वो, है ना? But generally in books you will see that they put this also in the different category. But ये दोनों same होते हैं. ठीक है? What is a proper fraction sir? Proper fraction तब होगा sir. Proper fraction is तब when your numerator is smaller than the denominator. मतलब जैसे 3/6 हो गया, 3/7 हो गया, then 2/5. So what you see is sir, numerator is smaller than the denominator, तो ये proper है. So numerator would be smaller than the denominator in proper fraction. But improper में उल्टा, improper में it will be उल्टा. मतलब whatever is in the numerator will be more than the denominator, like this, है ना? Then like this. So what you see is sir, out here I am seeing that the denominator है ना is smaller than the numerator. उल्टा हो गया, है ना? Now mixed fraction is what you just write improper fraction in a different form. थोड़ा अलग वे पे लिखते हैं. जैसे if I divide 8/5, how will I get sir? 8 divided by 5 is what sir? Sir, 5 1s I am getting 5. So when I subtract I am getting 3. है ना? So this particular thing is written in a mixed fraction form. क्या लिखते हैं सर? See, नीचे में 5 था तो 5 ही लिखना है नीचे में. Okay? अभी आगे में I'll put one number and at the top I'll put number. ठीक है? आगे में कौन सा नंबर आएगा? तो सर whatever is in the quotient that will come at the front, तो 1 यहाँ पे आएगा. और ऊपर क्या नंबर आएगा सर? व्हाट इज इन द रिमाइंडर? वॉट एवर इज इन द रिमाइंडर यू विल पुट दैट आउट हियर. सो 1 3/5, दिस इज द मिक्स फ्रैक्शन. क्लियर? सिमिलरली अगर इसका भी देखोगे तो दिस विल बी व्हाट सर? 2 2s are 4 होगा, रिमाइंडर 1 तो 1 आएगा. 2 1/2. ठीक है? दिस फॉर 5/2, दिस फॉर 8/5, लाइक दैट. सो दिस इज व्हाट सर? दिस इज द सेम थिंग ऑफ इम्प्रॉपर बट जस्ट राइटिंग फॉर्म इज डिफरेंट. ठीक है ना? ओके. तो चलो, कंपेरिजन ऑफ फ्रैक्शन इज वेरी वेरी कॉमन. ओके, एंड नॉट ओनली इन योर एग्जाम बट अदर एग्जाम ऑल्सो इज वेरी कॉमन. Let's see the next part. So let's see some more questions which are very much important for your upcoming exams and also learn the concept of this question. ठीक है? तो see, this is the first question. Okay. So starting with a simple question. Okay, now you'll understand actually how we are going to use ratio and proportion in all the topics which will come in your exam. Now see what's given. The ratio of two numbers is 3:4. So there are two numbers whose ratio is given us to be what, sir? 3:4. I would say, sir, two numbers. I don't know what are those numbers. Let me write it myself. Let me take those numbers to be A and B. And the ratio of these two numbers is what, sir? 3:4. So I'm writing 3 for A and 4 for B. And as we know, that's a ratio hai, not actual value. So what do? We need to put an X at the back. So sir, यहाँ भी X put करना है, यहाँ भी X put करना है. Okay, we have put X on both the cases. Now, if the sum of the numbers is 56, sum of the numbers means what? Sum का मतलब क्या है sir? When you add the numbers, है ना? Sum का मतलब है addition. मतलब they are saying that add A plus B. And when I add A plus B, I am getting what? I am getting 56, है ना? तो यहाँ पे 56 आ रहा है. 56. Okay, so we have formed an equation now. Now we need to solve it. तो क्या होगा sir? A कितना है sir? What is A? So instead of A, can I write 3x because I have taken A to be 3x, है ना? तो A की जगह पे रखो 3x. Now what is B? Sir, B is my 4x. So sir, just put 4x in terms of B. तो B के जगह पे 4x लिखो. And what we have to do, sir? We have to add them. तो add. और ये करने से कितना आएगा सर? 56 आएगा. So 3x plus 4x is what? 3x plus 4x is 7x, है ना? 7x होता है सर. 7x is equal to 56. Now in maths, this is a concept of simple equation. Let me give you a brief फटाफट, है ना? Suppose we have a plus b equal to c. और मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि बताओ a क्या है? What is a? तो क्या होगा सर? If I want to find a, I need to take this b there. So based on simple equation concept, out here c is there. You need to take this b that side, so that only a leaves. Okay, just a. Whatever you need to find, you have to keep in one side, and the remaining you have to take on the other side. तो ये b जब वहाँ जाएगा, ये प्लस है, वहाँ जाके होगा माइनस of b. ठीक है? Similarly, if it was a minus b equal to c, and I would have asked you to find a, बताओ क्या है? अब क्या करोगे सर? माइनस बी को वहाँ लेके जाओगे. तो here c is already there, तो माइनस b will go there and become plus b. Okay, always the reverse sign, reverse करना है. प्लस है तो माइनस, माइनस है तो प्लस. Simple. Similarly, if it was a into b equal to c, and I would have asked you बताओ a क्या है? तो similarly अगर multiply है तो this will go that side to become a divide. Multiply will go that side to become a divide, so this becomes c by b. And similarly, if it is a divided by b, which I am writing like this, equal to c, and if you take b there, so what you're getting a you're getting is b into c. The same concept will use here. 7x है, that means you're multiplying 7 into x. Now I need to take 7 there, so 7 वहाँ जाएगा तो हो जाएगा divide.